Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, The Following Pages. Today's book is 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho. And this book is this novel sort of explores the complex interplay of love, sexuality, and self-discovery. And it follows the journey of a young character named Maria. And she's a young Brazilian character as she navigates the world of prostitution, passion, and spiritual awakening. Um, and sort of like this writer, all of his books have some aspect of philosophical and theological aspects in his storytelling narratives, and the writer sort of like weaves a narrative that questions societal norms around love and desire. And the characters in this book, the main protagonist, the character is Maria. She's sort of like the seeker of love and self-knowledge, self-discovery. And Maria is the novel's protagonist, and a woman whose life is shaped by a quest for meaning, initially innocent and full of dreams. She leaves Brazil in pursuit of adventure, but soon finds herself working as a prostitute. Her journey is not merely physical, but symbolic, and it's sort of like a path towards self-realization, much like the hero's journey in mythology. And the symbology that I could understand from her story is that Maria represents both the every woman and the archetypal seeker. Her transition from innocence to experience mirrors the age old theme of transformation, akin to the biblical Eve or the Greek characters like Persephone. And in this novel, she also has a diary. And throughout the novel, Maria keeps a journal which acts as a symbolic mirror to her soul, and it reflects her inner turmoil, revelations, and growing awarenesses of the distinction between physical pleasure and emotional fulfillment. And then comes the other character named Ralph Hart, and he's sort of like the artist, a spiritual lover, and Ralph sort of embodies the archetype of the enlightened lover, representing a purer form of spiritual love, and that sort of transcends the physical being, the physical body. His ability to see her soul in the novel with the transactional relationships with Maria, and sort of like, and also Maria experiences the same with him. It sort of symbolizes the possibility of love as a path to personal enlightenment. So then comes the character Milan. He's sort of like the businessman and the harsh reality. The character symbolizes harsh reality. And Milan is Maria's employer. He's a pimp at the nightclub. And where she works as a prostitute, he is practical, calculating, and emotionless, viewing love and sex as commodities. And the symbology that I could understand from this character is that Milan represents the materialistic and exploitative aspect of society. He is the force that keeps Maria in the world of prostitution. He sort of holds it together. He sort of like traps her into that chaos, reflecting the societal structures that commodify desire and suppress deeper human connections. And then comes the character Naya. Naya is basically another prostitute, but she's like the mentor or a foreshadowing sort of a figure for Maria. She serves as a Maria's guide into the profession and provides her with valuable wisdom about men, sex, and survival in that market, in that life. While hardened by her own experiences, the past experiences, she also exhibits moments of tenderness because she's also human and she's also soft as a woman. And Naya represents the mentor figure in Maria's journey, and akin to the wise sage in mythologies. She foreshadows the potential fate that Maria could succumb to if she does not find a way to escape the life she has entered. So there is this sort of like a poetry inside, like before starting the first chapter. It goes like, "For I'm the first and the last. I'm the venerated and the despised. I'm the prostitute and the saint. I'm the wife and the virgin. I'm the mother and the daughter. I'm the arms of my mother. I'm barren and my children are many. I'm the married woman and the spinster. I'm the woman who gives birth and she who never procreated. I'm the consolation for the pain of birth. I'm the woman and the husband. And it was my man who created me. I am the mother of my father. I'm the sister of my husband, and he is my rejected son. Always respect me, for I am the shameful and the magnificent one. Just wanted to share this because I really liked it. So, the title 11 minutes of this novel refers to the average duration of sexual intercourse, yet it carries deeper symbolic meaning inside the novel. The number 11 is often associated with spiritual awakening and intuition and enlightenment. In Maria's case, the number represents the contrast between the fleeting physical act of sex and the deeper emotional and spiritual connection she longs for in the novel. And the red light, the red color, the color red, throughout the novel, red appears frequently, particularly in nightclub scenes. Red is traditionally associated with passion, danger, and transformation. It's a really strong color. Symbolism of this, you can say like that red light districts signifies both temptation and oppression. A place where desire is commodified, but also where Maria undergoes her own life's transformation, the spiritual awakening. The color red in her story serves as a dual symbology. One of power as she takes control of her own sexuality, and of the vulnerability as she risks losing herself to the profession. And then it talks about light and darkness, and the writer employs this imagery of light and darkness to emphasize Maria's internal struggles. And darkness represents ignorance, exploitation, and the mechanical nature of sex work, and light signifies knowledge, enlightenment, whatsoever. And to the end, I feel like 11 minutes is a profound meditation of the duality of love and desire, the commodification of sexuality, and the quest for spiritual fulfillment. Through Maria's journey, through the character's journey, the writer challenges societal taboos, urging readers to explore the deeper dimensions of human intimacy beyond mere physical connections. So yeah, I guess this is it. This is what I thought about the book. It's a really profound and good written storytelling book. And the writer's also famous work is The Alchemist. If you read it, I've read it. I will also make a video on that also. And all of the books by this writer have certain aspects of spiritualism, religion, you know, and he sort of like connects it all together at the end of the novel. But yeah, it is really a good narrative. It is a really good novel, and it's a really short novel, you know. And I will be doing other books from this writer. And yeah, now let's get back to the other part of the video where I share other poetry and stuff from other religions. So this poetry is from a man named Ahmed Faraz from Pakistan. And he goes like, I'm gonna say it in Urdu first and then give you the translation and then tell you what the meaning is. That it's a really well-written poetry. He says that उसने कहा सुन अहद निभाने की खातिर मत आना अहद निभाने वाले अक्सर मजबूरी या महजूरी की थकन से लौटा करते हैं तुम जाओ और दरिया दरिया प्यास बुझाओ जिन आँखों में तुम डूबो जिस दिल में तुम उतरो मेरी तलब आवाज़ ना देगी लेकिन जब मेरी चाहत और मेरी ख्वाहिश की लौ इतनी तेज़ और इतनी ऊंची हो जाए जब दिल रो दे तब लौट आना. So what he means is that he says don't come back for the sake of keeping a promise. Covenant keepers often they return from the exhaustion of compulsion or exile. You go, you leave, and quench your thirst. Dive into those eyes, into the hearts. My request for you will not call. But when the flame of longing and the crave for my affection in your heart becomes unbearable, when the heart cries, only then return. So it sort of like goes like the poet emphasizes that love should not be an obligation. True affection should not be bound by mere commitments, it should be felt naturally. And those who stay committed to promises often return out of exhaustion because they have a moral duty to complete that, oh, I promised, whether from compulsion or separation. And he goes like, go and quench your thirst in different rivers, and here it symbolizes experiences, explorations of oneself, and emotional fulfillment by other people. The poet encourages the beloved to explore the world freely and drown in those eyes that find you effective and enter their hearts. And this indicates that the beloved is free to find solace, passion, or love elsewhere without feeling tied down to a single person. And he goes like, the poet expresses silent suffering inside of himself, saying that they won't beg or plead for the return of the beloved, no matter how deep their pain is. But when his love, the poet's basically the person who's leaving and exploring other people, exploring other beings, he goes like that. But when my love and desire's flame becomes so intense and high inside you, the poet implies that a moment may come when their longing becomes overwhelmingly strong, almost impossible to ignore. And he goes like, when my heart weeps, only then return. When your heart weeps, only then return. The final plea suggests that despite the resilience, there will be a breaking point in you, a moment when the heart can no longer endure this separation between us. That is when the poet wants the beloved to return, but only if love naturally leads them back together. So yeah, I guess that is the meaning of the poet. He's a really good poet from Pakistan. And yeah, I guess if you guys read about the poet and read about the book that I just made a video about, do let me know in the comments below. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about, any poetry, theology, or anything, do let me know that also in the comments below. And I guess this is it. See you next time. Have a good day, guys.